So today we'll be doing the applications. Applications here, of course, are simple numericals basically based on Coulomb's law for today. Let us see. Examples and problems I'll be separating. In the beginning, only examples, exercise basically. Examples, of course, I can write still, but exercise, not serious problems. This will allow you to go back to the formulas and remember them so that later we can try better problems. Okay. Two charges. Plus 10 microcoulombs and minus 20 microcoulombs are placed at a distance of 20 centimeters in air. No, in water, let me see. Epsilon r equals 8. Find the force of attraction between them. Okay, so F in medium is straight away, we write 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 epsilon r q1 q2 by r. When you write in magnitude form, but all this we know is 9 into 10 to the power 9. So 9 into 10 to the power 9 divided by epsilon r is 80 into q1 q2. Don't write these signs of the charges now, simply the magnitude. 10 into 10 to the power minus 6 into 20 into 10 to the power minus 6 by r square, 20 into 10 to the power minus 2 whole square. Simplify it and get your answer. Two charges. See, why I've done even the simple problem like the substitution is, I want to tell you that unless you write the force in vector form, you'll never carry the signs of the charge, simply the magnitude. And of course, since they are plus and minus, we say it is attractive force. All right. So tell me how much is this? Quickly calculate it and tell me. I'm not doing the calculation for you. You need to do it for yourself and fast. Okay. Abhinav, you're still in the beginning. In your link, you can go and see the old videos. I've just given a lot of introduction for things covering all small things. Okay. But actual problem solving is starting now. So you need to know all this is 9 into 10 to the power 9. So how much is this, children? Quickly.
225.
Huh?
225.
225.
Sorry. Yes, sir. 225.
Others agree? Simplification. This is minus 12 minus 10. Okay. Minus 10 minus 1. This is 160 to the power minus 4. You should be able to calculate just like that, whatever it is. All right. So if you tell me the correct answer, write it and move ahead. The numbers. You want me to do this for you? Not a good idea. I have no problem in doing it. Few steps.
Sir, it's 225.
225 only newtons. All right, I'll believe you. And if somebody has an objection, just check it. So I'll go for the next question. 2. A charge.
Sir,
Yes.
once could you keep previous page, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Now, a charge Q has to be divided into 2 parts. Like that. For a given distance between them, the force they apply on each other is a maximum. Okay. So what are the 2 parts of the charge? A charge Q has to be divided into 2 parts, such that for a given distance between them, the force they apply on each other is a maximum. What are the 2 parts of the charge? It is such a simple question, but I'll still do for you. You know, F equals magnitude I'm writing. I'll write K here because there's no need of writing 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 here. Q1, Q2 by R square we write. Now we have a charge, total charge Q. I will divide it into Q and Q minus Q. Here Q is the variable. So F becomes K into Q minus Q by R square. So that is K by R square constant into Q minus Q square. So for F to become maximum, dF by dQ is equal to 0. So K by R square will be as it is, Q into Q into 1 minus 2Q is equal to 0. There's nothing great about it. Try to understand. If I've got the number 10, if I divide that into 5 and 5 only, the product is going to be maximum. Any other way you do, 6 and 4, that will be 24. 7 and 3, that will be 21. 8 and 2, that will be 16. 9 and 1, that will be 9. So it is just a problem of simple differentiation there, or simple numerical match there. Okay. So have you followed this? If I divide them into Q by 2 and Q by 2, the force between them for a given distance R will be maximum. All right. Children, tell me, I'm starting from 0 level problems now. Any question you've got, you can ask me. Hmm?
Sir,
Devarchit.
here they ask that what are the two paths of the charge rule, sir? We can take it as q by 2 and q by 2, sir.
That's all. Isn't it so? Hmm?
Okay, sir.
It's obvious, right? So the
Yes, sir.
two parts are q by 1, q by 2.
But q is variable. Whatever we want, we can take.
Huh?
But q is variable, right, sir?
The small q is variable, right? So we don't know how much that q should be. Now we found that it should be q by 1, q by 2. That means if I divide the total charge into half and half, then the force between them becomes maximum. I've told you here. Now you could have guessed it even before I finished. You could have told the answer. Come on. A given number is divided into two parts. The product will be maximum. Here the force depends on the product, right? Huh? So the product is maximum if they are divided into half and half. Sum of two numbers is 10. The product should be maximum. How do you divide them is a differentiation question basically, right? Can I continue? Children, whoever is there, speak. Abhinav. Hello?
Sir,
Do you follow that? Huh?
sir.
See, I'll be testing you. Like it all depends on the feedback. If you keep following the problems, I can keep increasing the level and then make it very, very interesting as well. But supposing you did not follow some small things also, you ask me. There's nothing like, see, if you're not following, even if you do some tough problems, it won't be useful. So in somewhere here, supposing you have a problem in differentiation, also I'll tell you, but don't bluff yourself and me. Come on.
Sir, here we can take 9 into 9 also, sir. Why
Why
should we take
9 into 9? I am dividing 10.
Okay.
How will you divide 10 into 9 and 9?
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir.
Okay, Rishita, tell me.
Sir, why is df by dq equal to 0?
If y is a function of x, for y to be maximum, dy by dx must be 0. Maximum or minimum.
Okay, sir, got it.
And if it is maximum, d2y by dx2 will be less than 0. If it is minimum, this maximum minimum in differentiation. All right, Rishita?
Yes, sir.
This is derivatives in first year maths, but for physics people, I do it even for physics in the beginning. Is it okay? Rishita?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can I continue then? I will. Third question. Look. Two charges, two spheres, let me say, have radii 2 centimeters and 4 centimeters. They carry charges of plus 20 microcoulombs and minus 10 microcoulombs. When placed at some distance from each other, they exert a force F on each other. Okay. They are put in contact for some time. And then separated to the same distance. What will be the new force? For this, it was already told, like how the charges divide, all that. That's what I mean by doing theory and then connecting the problems to that theory which is already done. So you cannot do a problem in isolation like that. This is for some time. And then separated to the same distance. What will be the new force between them? So first visualize two spheres, metal spheres, of course, here, two metal spheres, let me say. The radii 2 centimeters and 4 centimeters. So this one had plus 20 microcoulombs. This one had minus 10 microcoulombs. They are at some distance. They exert at some distance R, but they apply F on each other. That means this will be pulled by this with F. This will be pulled with F. Naturally, this force will be equal and opposite. Now you put them in touch. So I've told you some time ago, if you look at the old lesson, the charges will be divided in the inverse ratio of their, in the direct ratio of their radii. Total charge, Q1 plus Q2, plus 20 minus 10 microcoulombs will be divided in the ratio 2:4. Charge flows from one to the other till the potentials become same, I told you, if you remember. Now I should write here F equals K into 20 into 10 into 10 to the power minus 12, because microcoulombs, by some R square. Now the new force, when I want to write, what should I do? First, let me get the charges on them. How much is this? Into 2:4 ratio I should divide. That is 1:2 ratio I should divide. So for this one, it is 1/3. For the other one, it is total charge with sign I should write. Microcoulombs into 2/3. So what do I get, children, here? On this, when I separate them to the same distance, the charge I have is how much? 10/3 for this. And how much is this? 20/3 for this. But both are now positive charges. Previously the force was attraction. Now the force becomes repulsive. The new force I'll write like this: K into 10/3 into 20/3 into 10 to the power minus 12 by R squared. So F by F1 you do. You understand what am I writing? Charge will be divided in the direct ratio of the radii. Just look back some time ago, I've given you this. Q1 plus Q2 into R1 by R1 plus R2, Q1 plus Q2 into R2 by R1 plus R2 is the way the charges divide, I told you. So here the radii are 2:4. The ratio is 1:2. That means one part is 1/3, the other part is 2/3. That's what I did here by dividing the charges. So the new charges are what? 10/3 and 20/3. I wrote it like this. Do you follow? So F by F1 will be what? K will be cancelled. R square will be cancelled. 10 to the power minus 3 will be cancelled. Isn't it so? 10 to the power minus 12 will be cancelled. So finally, what do I get? 20 into 10 by 10/3 into 3. 9. 9 goes up. Right? So what do I get now? So F by F1 equals 9. So F1 equals F by 9, but now it is repulsive. Previously it was attractive. Take a,
Sir. Sir.
yeah, children, tell me.
Sir, అదే అక్కడ ఒకసారి చెప్పారు సార్.
Abhinav?
Sir, Q1 plus Q2 is equal to R1 by R1 plus R2 కదా సార్.
Q1 by Q2 arbiter, Q1 dash, Q2 dash. So some are there already, but the other day I told you about this, no? But I'll talk again. But at least those who are there in the beginning should follow this, no? Children?
Followed, sir.
Who? Devarchit.
Yes, sir.
Rishita, Pavan. Children, you entered the same ID, no? The old one, yesterday, whatever I've done, even? Yeah, the same ID. Somebody is putting a
Yes,
message
sir.
that they're not.
Sir,
Yeah, tell me. Abhinav.
radius 2:. Sir. Hello.
No, the voice is not coming clear. I'll talk. Let others complete it. I'll talk again in the next page. It's already crowded. Which branch of Chaitanya are you, Abhinav?
Sir, Kukatpalli, sir.
And what kind of a batch you are in?
Sir,
No, don't tell me Spark. Those things I won't be knowing. Is it for IIT JEE Advanced or mains?
advanced, sir.
Huh?
Advanced, sir.
Not able to hear you.
Sir, advanced, sir.
Advanced only. Okay. So, is it advanced for the namesake or some advanced stuff happens?
No, sir. It is for namesake only.
Namesake. There's a problem with them. Okay, we'll see. But anyway, you ask, I'll keep helping you. There's no problem with that. And even others, tell me, did I talk about this charge division previously, Rishita? You are there, I think, every day.
Yes, sir. Sir, you told day before yesterday, sir.
Yes. Huh? But still,
Since
Abhinav
I'm
is
in 14.
yeah. Abhinav is asking, I'll just talk about it for a while. Can I change the screen, children? But do you understand the whole idea? Initially, the force was attractive. Why? This is minus, this is plus. But after charge sharing, both have become plus sign. Do you follow? This is what you mean by charge conservation. I told you, if you remember, the principle connected with this is what? Charge conservation. That's how physics will be done. For everything, there is an idea like this. Since that fellow asked, Abhinav asked, I'll just go explaining it further, even for others. Listen to me. Look, initially, what were the charges, children? Tell me quickly. How much is this? Plus 20, yeah? And some distance r you have. Another sphere is there. Charge on that is how much? Minus 10. So force was written as what? Some constant k into q1 into 10 to the power minus 6 into 10. I'm writing only the magnitude, so I don't write minus sign there. The distance I don't know, I'm writing r square. But now when you place them in touch, what will happen? You tell me. Charge will flow from one to the other till the potentials become same. Like when you connected two containers having water at different levels. So water flows from container of higher level to container of lower level till the levels become same. In a similar way, charges will flow from high potential to low potential till the potentials become same. But you need not bother about that because that comes later to us. Right now, I told you the total charge will remain same. Like if it was Q1, if it is Q2, this Q1 plus Q2 will be equal to some Q1 dash plus Q2 dash. This is what you mean by charge conservation, children. The total charge will be same before and after because charge cannot be destroyed. Neither it can be created from somewhere and placed here. This is what you mean by charge conservation. An important idea, not formula. All right. But I told you without showing all this, I told you that for the charge conservation to happen, this Q1 plus Q2 by 2 should be divided in the ratio of their radii, I told you. So how do you define, say for example, I've got some 100 rupees. How do I divide this 100 rupees in the ratio 2:5? 100 into 2 by 7, 100 into 5 by 7. Do you follow this? Huh? Tell me. So this charge I'm dividing for this and this. I'm not proving it right now. The proof comes later because that comes in capacity and all that. But a kind of problem, this kind of problems keep coming in Coulomb's law, so I've just given it. The total charge must be divided in the inverse direct ratio of their resistances. So R1 is to R2. So for the Q1 dash, it will be total charge in the ratio R1 by R1 plus R2. Q2 dash will be total charge in the ratio of this one. So that's what we have done in the previous problem. All right. How they are dividing the direct ratio of their resistance radii, I'll show you sometime later. Remember that. So can I go to the next question, children?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Abhinav, tell me. Yeah, fourth question now. Devarchit, are you following?
Yes, sir.
You just be honest with me, children, because ultimately there are two kinds of approaches. One is top down. Top down means you learn the subject in a thorough way from the beginning, discuss the ideas, write the formulas, derive the equations, and remember that these are going to be used in the problems, and then go straight away to tough problems. So easy problems will happen automatically with them. That's called top down. That means supposing your learning culture is already good, that you know that lesson has to be done first, not that problem have to be started directly. In the lesson itself, you'll know the purpose of doing the lesson. You'll know that, oh, these ideas are going to be used somewhere in the problems. So once that culture is there, you can straight away start with tough questions. There's no need of doing lower level questions. Formula based I need not do. Because once you do those tougher questions in which all the ideas are covered, so people automatically do the lower level questions on their own. This is what you mean by the top down approach. Top to down. This is the best approach, believe me. But some people cannot do that. So we can go from bottom to up. This also you can do. You can do small questions and go for the tough questions. Whichever way, finally the learning should happen, believe me. So you cannot compromise with the understanding there. All right. I'll go to another question. Actually, I'm little now hesitant to increase the level, but let me see. Fourth question. Two charges Q1 and Q2 are placed in air at R1 from each other. Okay. Two charges plus Q1 and plus Q2 are placed in air at R1 from each other. What should be the distance between them? What should be the distance between them so that they experience the same force? They experience the same force when they are placed in a medium of relative permittivity epsilon r. They are placed initially at R1 from each other, full stop. What should be the distance between them so that they experience the same force when they are placed in a medium of relative permittivity epsilon r? Look at this. In air or vacuum, the formula is what? 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square. Here R1 square or R air square I'll write. Now F in medium will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 epsilon r Q1 Q2 by R medium square. Now these forces have to be equal, children. So when I make them equal, what will I get? Huh? If I make these two things equal, this will cancel out, right? So what will I get? 1 by R air square is equal to 1 by epsilon r medium square. Do you follow? You should not write too many steps. Huh? So R medium square equals R air square by epsilon r. So R medium is R air by root of epsilon r. Come on.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
So this we can't use that 1 by 4 by epsilon naught q2 equals to q1 plus q2. We can't use, sir. Means the potential will be same, no, sir, when combined and when separated.
What, Sai Bharat? What are you talking? We have no potential business here. Look, they are in air at a distance r. Now they are placed in some medium. So we have to change the distance so that the force will be same. No potential business here. Read the question. Huh? Read the question carefully.
Okay, sir.
Sai Bharat, Read the question carefully. Read it out. Let me listen from your mouth.
Two
Read.
charges Q1 and Q2 are placed in air at
Hmm.
R1 from each other.
Hmm.
What should be the distance between them so that they experience the same force when they are placed in medium of relative permeability R?
Hmm. So they experience same force. These two forces I am making equal. Do you follow?
Understood, sir?
This equal this. I did not write too many steps. Huh?
Yes, sir.
So the idea is, in air, so much force is there. I place them in water, for example, at the same distance, force will become less. But I want the force to be same. So for that, how should I arrange the distance is a question, just based on Coulomb's law, in Coulomb's inverse square law. Okay. All right. Can I continue, children?
Yes, sir.
Rishita, did you follow this, Amma?
Yes, sir.
I have to increase the level slightly. Look. I'll just give it in terms of figure without wasting time. Now this is R, the distance between them. So the force they exert, okay, I placed a dielectric like this, that is a medium like this with thickness T and epsilon R relative permittivity. I did not fill the whole space. So the question is, find the force between the charges. Find the force they exert on each other. Who? Charges. Look, when Q1 and Q2 are in air, we write the force in air as what? 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square we write. Okay. And if in medium, what will you write? But if in medium, we write as 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 epsilon R Q1 Q2 by R square we write. But what do you mean by this? The whole charges are in the medium. Say for example, water. So Q1 here, Q2 there, in the same distance. That means this medium is covering the whole space between the charges. But here, we put the medium only until here. The remaining is air only. So how to write the force for this kind of a situation? Do you understand the question first? Rishita?
Yes, sir.
So this formula, when we write, it means the whole distance is covered. The whole distance between the charges is covered with a medium. Medium's relative permittivity is this. This is called relative permittivity. We defined it. Just that's the reason I want you to keep watching the videos again and again. This is highly focused syllabus and with continuity, not in bits and pieces we discuss. It's a lesson, right? It's a story. One after the other, it was done in a proper way. So if you ever feel that you got a problem in doing physics, remember you're not doing lessons actually speaking. You're reading materials and you're trying to remember things blindly. So that is actually the main trouble. So if you can follow my advice and my lesson properly, in a week or two, you'll start seeing improvement in your understanding levels. Okay, so how can I do this? Can anybody tell me? Devarchit, Praharsha, Parashara, tell me.
Yes, sir.
First, do you follow the question?
Yes, sir.
R is the distance between them. Unlike in the
Sir?
previous case where the whole medium is filling the whole space, this medium is filling only some space.
Hello, sir.
Huh?
Hello.
Yes, Sai Bharat, tell me.
Sir, can't we do r minus t? The distance is r minus t and just t.
No, R minus T is all right. R minus T is the air distance, agreed. Is the air distance. Now, this T should be converted to air distance. How? In the previous problem we did, for the forces to be same, R medium equals R air by root of epsilon R. That's the reason I want to give the sum together, but I split that into two parts. When the force has to be same between two charges, the distance are related like this. R medium equals R air by root of epsilon R. If I can use that, this, see, you cannot say R minus T plus T like that. What's the meaning of it? R minus the air distance, T is the medium distance, right? So we need to find, I'll tell you. We need to find equivalent air distance. Equivalent air distance corresponding to T. What is equivalent air distance? The distance which would cause the same force between two charges in air as the medium of thickness T. What is equivalent air distance? I told you, the distance in air which would cause the same force if the charges are placed at that distance as the charges would experience if they are placed in a medium of thickness T and distance, when epsilon, dielectric constant, that is relative permittivity epsilon R. So if I use this, the previous one, what will I get? R medium, that is R medium is how much? T by, that is T equals, what should I write from the previous one? Look at this. R air by root of epsilon R. R air by root of epsilon. So R air equivalent is root of epsilon R into T. Now what you do is that R minus is the air distance. This is the air distance once again. The thickness T is converted to air distance. So the total distance will be R minus T plus this one. So force will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R minus T plus root epsilon R into T whole square. So that is how you do this. And if, for example, T equals R, that means the medium is filling the whole space, it will reduce to F equals, that is F in air equal, F in medium equals. So in the place of T, if I put R, what will I get? R minus R cancels, right? Root epsilon R into R. So what do I get? 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 epsilon R Q1 Q2 by R square. So this will be a general case of this. Look at this. There's an important question. Everybody is silent. I don't know. Children.
Sir, understood, sir.
Sai Bharat says understood. How about others?
Sir,
The distance T is converted to an equivalent air distance. What is equivalent air distance? I told you. Look, if two charges are there at some distance like this in medium, that force will be caused on each other by the charges if they are in that air distance. This is air, that is medium. So in these two cases, the forces are same. So what we see, I couldn't have added r minus t to this t. That's meaningless. So that's the reason I converted this distance in the medium to an equivalent air distance and then added that to air distance here. This is air distance, this is air distance. And I also showed you that when r becomes t, that means this whole thing is occupied by the dielectric or by the medium there. The force reduces to 1 by 4 pi epsilon r q1 q2 by r square, which is what we talk here. All right. Yes, Devarchit, tell me.
Sir, I didn't got why t equal to r here, sir.
Why t equals?
R.
Why t equals r? What did I say t equals r? Supposing if
Okay.
t equals r. I want to check the correctness of this formula, Devarchit.
Okay, sir.
Here, this distance, this formula we already know.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it? Though, if the medium is completely filling the space, this is a formula. But in this formula, what do you mean by the medium filling the whole space? That is t should be equal to r. It won't become, I'm saying, if I'm checking back the correctness of this answer by going to the known case.
Okay, that is for certain cases.
That is for
That is
known case, right?
certain case.
So yes. So what kind of a batch are you, Devarchit?
Sir, for us no batches like that, sir.
Huh?
For us no batches, sir. Ours is like sections. Ours is
Which college are you in? Huh? Speak, children.
sir, Meluha International School.
Meluha International. Okay.
There's I am in the top batch, sir.
Okay.
It is given that A, section B like that, sir. Section 1, section 2.
Okay. And that's meant for IIT JEE Advanced or what?
For both, sir, IIT JEE Advanced and for CBSE.
CBSE. So, did you see a book called H.C. Verma?
Yes, sir.
Have you tried problems in that in first year, second year, where what? No, why am I asking you people is, I want to really know. I want to really know where you people stand because I have no problem with anything. But I want that feedback whether you're following or not because the problem levels are, I'm telling you, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. Up to 5 levels we have. So I'm not actually doing level 2 also right now, believe me. So I should know what is your way of learning. First of all, you should learn the lesson. Do you understand this? Detailed lesson. What you call the first lesson only I'll be doing for so many classes. You don't know. So first you need to get into the culture there. Yes, somebody was asking a question. Tell me. Children. Can I continue then?
Yes, sir.
Sir, 1 minute.
Yes.
Sir,
Rishita, tell me, Emma.
inside the medium, force also changes, no, sir?
Emma?
Inside the medium, the force also changes, no, sir?
What do you mean by inside the medium? Force will be experienced by charges, Amma. There's no force in the medium. But once the charges are in the medium, force changes. That's correct. Force where? Force Q1 exerts on Q2, force Q2 exerts on Q1. There's nothing like force inside the medium. Right? Huh?
Yes.
Once the medium is placed, force changes. Force means where, Amma? Force the Q1 applies on Q2, Q2 applies on Q1 changes. So this is the new force now. In air, it will be only this, right? But now in medium with half, with partial medium there, it will be like this. With full medium there, it is like this. You know my point? This is air, children.
Yes, sir.
This is partial distance is covered. And this is full distance covered. So one formula, second formula, third formula.
Yes.
Ishita, you are also in Narayana Chaitanya. Where?
No, sir. Akash.
Akash. So you go in the evenings or what?
Actually, it's like tie-up batch. I'm originally from Tapasya College.
Tapasya in Narayanguda. Where? Tapasya, I don't know. Okay.
Tapasya in Dilshuk Nagar, sir.
Dilshuk Nagar. Okay. So
But
from
that doesn't count as our college because
So-
we go to Akash.
okay. Tapasya is a junior college from where you write your exams, but this IT business, all that you do it in Akash.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So and previously, where were you? Which school you are coming from?
I come.
Breaking. Tell me. Let me know
What, sir?
about. Let me know about you, children. Which school I was asking you until 10th.
Until 10th, I was in DAV school.
DAV is Sainik Safilguda.
No, Kanchan Bagh.
Okay, DAV Kanchanbag. Yeah. No, I know that. That lady principal is still there, or somebody else is there now?
Oh no, she retired last year.
Last year. Okay.
Now there's a new principal.
But can I believe that you followed this child, Rashita?
Yes, sir.
The idea is, I'll still explain. I'm not really convinced. Look, in air, the force is this much, children. F equals 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square. For the same distance, children. Now, these charges are placed like this, but the medium is only until here, not extending from Q1 to Q2. Now, this force will be, if I call it F1, 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R minus T remaining air distance, children, plus this distance I'm writing in terms of air distance again, that is root epsilon R into T. Now this is the effective distance you can call. This is F in this one. Now, but so for example, if I have all the charges in the medium, that is the dielectric is completely filling the space between them like this. Now the force becomes F2, I call it 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by epsilon R square. What I was trying to tell you was, this will come from here if I put T equals R. That means the total distance is covered by this medium here. So if I put T equals R here, I'll get to this. So 1, 2, 3. That is a summary of the question there. Do you follow this? Can I continue? Shall I give one more problem?
Yes, sir. Give us another problem.
Yeah. Okay. Sixth one, I think, probably. Okay. Two charges plus Q each are at a distance from each other in air. Hmm? Which charge should be placed at the midpoint? No, I'll write this way first of all. I'll make it. So I just would like to give a smaller sum first. After that, I'll go for that. Two charges plus q each are placed a distance from each other in air at some distance, like a certain distance from each other in air. What will be the force on a third charge q plus q placed at the midpoint of the line joining them? So I cut down the other details of the question because I'll just split the sums into parts. Let me see.
Sir,
Yes.
so the answer will be 2 pi epsilon 1 by 2 pi epsilon naught into QR by R square.
No, Sai Bharat.
Capital Q into small q by R square.
No. I'll show you that. Look, here only in this page only I'll show. Look at this. Plus q and plus q half. Say the distance between them is r, Bharat. Exactly the midpoint I placed one more charge.
R by 2.
At r by 2 I placed this one. Now forces are vectors. What will plus q do to plus the small q, children? It will repel this, right? So apply a force F1 this way. This will apply a force this way. Call it F2. Okay. So F1 equals K into Q by R by 2 whole square. F2 is equal to K into Q by R by 2 whole square. Right? Both are equal in magnitude and opposite to each other. So F net equals what? F1 minus F2, which is same, so 0. That means the middle charge is equally repelled by this charge and that charge. All right? Tell me. Sai Bharat.
Sorry, sir, there was a screen limit, so it automatically got disconnected.
No problem. Now look at this. Come on, this is very simple.
So I missed it and I added, sir. I added the two forces.
How will you add? These are opposite, no?
Yes, sir.
You cannot. I told you, no, I cut down on the what you call difficulty level once again.
Sir?
But did you follow this?
Yes, sir.
Sir?
Yes, tell me.
If the middle force is plus small q is there, no sir. Instead of that, it was minus small q. It would be adding.
Also force will be 0, but in that case, the forces will be attractive by the other two charges. Now, this minus q is attracted by this with F1, F2 like that, or F1, F2 doesn't matter. But it will be pulled like this, but still the net force is 0 only. Here in the previous case, they will be pushed like this. But even then the net force is 0. Not only plus Q minus Q, any other charge you place here, the force on that will be 0. Q by 2, Q by 3, 2Q by 3, whatever you place, this will experience equal and opposite forces because of the other two. If it is minus, it will experience equal and opposite attractive forces. If it is plus, it will experience equal and opposite repulsive forces. What do you say? Children? Huh?
Understood, sir.
Right. So, yeah, now I am understanding. But you speak actually, don't worry. I have no problem with you saying this, sir, I did not follow a particular small step. But that's how the whole thing develops. Probably you've been doing problems here and there. I mean, I don't want to comment because you're already in those places. But the teachers there, I don't know. Like these sums are not actually very difficult sums, believe me. The force idea and energy idea, work idea, all those things from first year actually you should carry. That's very important. No issue. You just listen to the video again. But remember what I'm doing, what Srikanth sir is doing, believe is what is required for the exam. That's that faith. If you get, then you'll start following me without any reservation, and then you'll improve.
Sir, sir,
I did not go for the sum in a big way. I just made it a very small question. Come on, tell me. Abhinav.
sir,
Ah,
sir, ఇప్పుడు పైన 3 కేసెస్ ఉన్నాయి కదా సార్,
అవును.
సమాధానం చెప్పారు కదా
1, 2, 3, yes.
సార్. అదే సార్, ఇది సేమ్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ మీడియంలో పెడితే ఎలా చేయాలి సార్?
This new problem.
ఈ 6th సమ్ సేమ్ ఇదే ప్రాబ్లమ్.
This one. Huh? Doesn't matter. K will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 epsilon r, but the resultant force will be still 0. This force will change here. F1, F2 will change, but they will be equal and opposite. You follow? Abhinav, if it is in air, K will be what? 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. If it is in medium, it will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 epsilon r. So forces will become less in magnitude, but they will be equal and still opposite. So the net force will be still 0. All right? Abhinav?
Yes, sir.
So now I need to talk a little more, but I think I'll reserve it for tomorrow. Okay? The link will come to you. Please go through the lesson again. I get a feeling that you really need to improve, all of you. All of you should really improve. I don't know what happened or what's happening, but definitely remember that we have to improve. That's very, very important. Because we still need to go to a little higher level of problem doing. So I wanted that feedback, continuous feedback, back and forth. If it keeps coming, then I can arrange my teaching in that manner. Okay? All right. Thank you. We'll close it today. Tomorrow we'll meet again.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.